Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inside Talk Show. I'm Carla Elizondo. Inside Talk Show, it's an inside job. We're here to go inside. Shh, get quiet. A lot of things might be happening outside, but this is the time we're going to spend going in, listening, getting quiet, reading a little bit to put us into that spirit. We live too much on the outside world and let that dictate our inner state. How would it feel to be at complete peace of mind? That's my goal. And that's really where I feel I'm at mostly. Before I was restless, irritable, and discontent all the time. And we know where that gets us. I'm living another way. I've chosen to live another way. I unconsciously, by default, chose to live one way, and now I am consciously choosing how I want to live. If you want to join me, you know that I have that link in the bio, people. Join me. We're continuing the reading. I always do this for my little thumbnail. Let's get one good one. Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. The Impression of Increase, Chapter 14. Whether you change your vocation or not, you must direct your present actions to the business in which you are presently engaged. Be in the moment, focus on the present, accept where you're at, do your best. You can get into the business you want by making constructive use of the business you are already established in by doing your daily work in a certain way. We talked about this yesterday. If you're not where you want to be, this is how you get out. This is how you get to where you want to be. You take everything. You take accountability. You look at the truth of where you're at, the good, the bad, the ugly. Looking at it and accepting it as already is. It's not going to be permanent. We're not saying that it's okay. We're not giving a pass, a free pass, that all the things we did to get us where we're at now is okay. We're not beating ourselves up. We're just objectively looking at where we're at right now. How can we make the best of this situation, the best of this current job I work in? Situation, relationship, living situation. Make the best of it. When you're in that space, then you can start cultivating and be in a creative, more positive state attitude to start attracting the experiences you want. And that's truly what it is. If you're focused on negative attitudes and grumpy and complaining and upset and beating yourself up, you're just going to get more of that. Trust me, it's not hard to get people to commiserate with you or complain with you. Surround yourself with people who are can-do, positive, solution-focused. Get you to the next step, because you'll stay there forever. No one's going to come to save you. And this is a big lesson for me. No one's going to do it for me but me. It's just like going to the gym. Of course, you don't feel like doing it, but you do it. It's that discipline. We got to be disciplined. So make the best of your situation right now and move toward what you actually want. And insofar as your business consists in dealing with other people, whether directly by phone or by letter, the key thought of all your efforts must be to convey your mind the impression of increase. Convey the impression of increase. Increase is what all men and women are seeking. It is the urge of the formless intelligence within them to find fuller expression. An impression of increase, of growth, of newness, of new possibilities in yourself and everybody you deal with, okay? That's where we got to be. The desire for increase is inherent in all nature. It is the fundamental impulse of the universe. All human activities are based on the desire for increase. People are seeking more food, more clothes, better shelter, more luxury, more beauty, more knowledge, more pleasure, more life. Every living thing is under that necessity for continuous advancement. Always. We're always growing. Might as well make it good. Good for us, good for everybody. Don't feel shame in wanting to be better. Remember, my mentor, Bob Proctor, always says, you can be grateful. Be grateful for what you have and where you're at, but never be satisfied. Because dissatisfaction is a creative state. If we were satisfied with the horse and carriage to get us around, we would never get the car. If we were satisfied with walking, we would never make the horse and carriage. If we were satisfied with the horse and carriage, we would never make the car. If we were satisfied with the car, we would never make the train or the plane. It's ever growing, always growing for more. Dissatisfaction There's a better way. We can do this better. That's a creative state. We start creating, right? It's like when the telegraph, and then the first phone, Alexander Graham Bell, then the phone companies, then individual numbers, then cell phones, then the iPhone. What's next? You know, the possibilities are endless, and we can just be creative and play and have fun with it. Does it mean that we weren't grateful for the amazing landline that we used to have growing up? No, but there's a better way. There's always a better way. So dissatisfaction is a creative state. Never be satisfied. Be grateful, but never be satisfied, because dissatisfaction is a creative state. Okay, so we all want more life. Every living thing is under that necessity for continuous advancement. Where increase of life ceases, disillusion and death start at once. That's the truth. So every living thing, us, animals, plants, flowers, is under the necessity for continuous advancement, like the blooming of the flower, the procreation, of animals, us, of wanting to be better at a craft or earn more money, or, find better relationships, more fulfilling ones. Continuous advancement. Where increase of life ceases, where we don't increase or get better or work on ourselves, the next iteration of whatever, disillusion and death set in at once. We've talked about this a lot. Everybody's alive. If you have a pulse and you're breathing and you're listening to this, you're alive. But are you growing or are you dying? You're doing one or the other. There is no middle ground. Yes, we're alive, but you're either growing or dying. And that can seem harsh, but it's not personal. It's just the way of nature. You're either developing yourself, learning a new skill, growing, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, learning something new, going after something, saying yes even when it scares you, being brave, or you are staying in your comfort zone, regressing, doing the same patterns, falling deeper into habits, just self-destructing. You are either growing or dying. There is no middle ground. This is obvious. You're alive, but you're either growing or dying. What are you doing? It could be a feeling. I've definitely felt like I was dying almost half my life. Really, it's just so torturous what we do to ourselves, our mind, those limiting beliefs and thoughts. Fear sets in, anxiety, hollow. People instinctively know this, that they're supposed to grow, and hence they are forever seeking more. This law of perpetual increase is set forth by Jesus in the parable of the talents. Ooh, one of my favorite stories. Only those who gain more retain anything. Only those who grow and get more get anything. Keep it. That's the whole thing of the rich get richer. To whom is given more, or to whom that has more is given. Only those who gain more retain any. From him who hath not shall be taken away, even which he hath. I remember I always thought that was so harsh. Someone who's poor, just more gets taken away. That sucks. That's sad. Why is that? Someone who is self-destructing, not growing, not pushing, not reaching out for help, not out of their comfort zone, not learning, more will be taken away. There's no end to the depth. I mean, there's death, internal or an actual physical death. But the more you go down that path, the more is taken away. The shittier things get. The normal desire for increased wealth is not an evil or a reprehensible thing. The normal desire for increased wealth is not an evil or reprehensible thing. It is simply the desire for a more abundant life. It is simply the desire for a more abundant life. We are taught that to want riches, material, monetary money, dinero, dollars, Benji's baby, that we're evil or we're selfish. We have to get over that. Of course, there's people that are evil and selfish, but are you? Be honest with yourself. Do you want more money because you want freedom and time with your family and to do nice things and have nice things? Be nice, just be safe, secure. Not just that, but even more abundance, so much so that you can help others. That's amazing. Why do we vilify that? I'll tell you why. Because people in power who had all the money would vilify that so that nobody, all the commoners and the majority people, it puts them into submission. It teaches them how to behave. Because if it was okay, the messaging that it was absolutely okay to have money and get riches, guess what would happen? Everybody would be dethroned. It's all about power here. So the messaging that we've been taught is really ass backwards. The normal desire for increased wealth is not evil or reprehensible thing. It is simply the desire for a more abundant life. And because it is the deepest instinct of our nature, all men and women are attracted to an individual who can give them more of the means of life. In following a certain way, as described in the foregoing pages, you are getting continuous increase for yourself, and you are giving it to all with whom you deal. You are a creative center from which increase is given off to all. Yes. So by you getting continuous increase for yourself, you're giving it to everyone you deal with. You're that creative center. You're a hub. You're a go-to. You're a giver. You're a fountain. You're a well. You can help. Be sure of this and convey assurance of this fact to every man, woman, and child with whom you come into contact. No matter how small the transaction, even if it is only selling a stick of candy to a little child, put into this action the thought of increase and make sure that the consumer is impressed with the thought. Convey the impression of advancement with everything you do, so that all people shall receive the impression that you are an advancing person and that you advance all who deal with you. Also, give people who you meet socially the thought of increase. How much more do we have? Okay, I'll read halfway. You can convey this impression by holding the unshakable faith that you are in the way of increase, by letting this faith inspire, fill, and permeate every action. Do everything that you can do in the firm conviction that you are an advancing personality and that you are giving advancement to everybody. Feel that you are getting rich and that in doing so, you are making others rich, that you are conferring benefits on all. Do not boast or brag of your success or talk about it unnecessarily. True faith is never boastful. By you growing, stretching, reaching for more life, more abundance in every area, but right now we're talking about monetary wealth, how much good can you do with that? We live in a world that you need money for things to happen. And it's impersonal. I think we put too much power in the dollar. We give it too much power. It's just a symbol. It's just a piece of paper. It's that transaction. It's the medium with which we do those things. Check in with your relationship with money. Is it good? Is it bad? Do you judge people with it? Does it scare you? I mean, I learned this lesson when people say money isn't everything. Yes, it's not everything, but you need it. You need it. And if people say money's not important to me, then, three things. Either they've never really been without it. They've never been poor, or they're not philanthropic. Money is, there's actually a book called Money is God in Action. Money is the avenue. It's the conduit with which we can do amazing things and provide on this physical earth. That's something that I had to really learn. And it feels good now. It feels really good. I have no shame about it whatsoever. And if anybody does, it's not my problem. I couldn't, even if I wanted to, change their mind or convince them. I have no desire to anyway, but results don't lie. You live according to your beliefs. Whatever you believe must be true. And remember, a belief is just a thought that's repeated and accepted. According to your beliefs will be your life. And a belief is just a repeated thought that is accepted. Just because you believe it doesn't make it true. Just because you believe it doesn't make it true. Good stuff. I hope you enjoyed that. I love this chapter. So, homework, leave everybody with an impression of increase. Think of yourself as a growing person that people are lucky to be around, not arrogantly, but graciously, that you are a vessel to give more life, to give joy, to give power, to give happiness, to give love, to give a joke, to give a smile. Everybody you meet today, everybody you pass, leave them with increase, whether it be a smile, a thought. Remember, if you're at the car wash, if you're at the bank, if you're driving, looking around other cars, send them a blessing. Send them good vibes. I hope you have a great day. In your mind, you can say that, or out loud. I hope you have a really great day. I hope everything they're going through right now just totally lifts from their heart and their mind. I hope something makes them laugh so hard. I hope that they come into unexpected money. Because remember, everything we put out comes right back to us. So it behooves us to be generous and gracious with our thoughts, our positive thoughts, compliments, genuine compliments. Enjoy that. Love you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.